What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Combat Sports Media YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about, break down, and give out a prediction for the upcoming Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor WBO Junior Welterweight Showdown. Now, before I go any further, I would just like to say that both these fighters are true champions, and they each fight the best available opposition each time out. Josh Taylor has defeated the likes of Regis Prograis, Ivan Baranchyk, and Jose Ramirez. As far as Teofimo Lopez is concerned, he's defeated the likes of, obviously, Richard Comey and Vasily Lomachenko. Again, each of these guys are former undisputed champions. This is a battle of two true champions, champion versus champion. They're both true sportsmen and have the same outlook and attitude towards the sport of boxing. Now, Taylor is obviously the naturally bigger man. He's been at junior welterweight his whole career. He's athletic. He's, in my opinion, from what I've seen and from what I remember, he's fast. And he's got a decent pop. He's dropped almost everybody he's been in the ring with. Very aggressive style. And as far as Teofimo, again, very athletic, short, compact, explosive fighter. Despite what you might think of his dad, he's well schooled, in my opinion. And he's got a good amateur background, just like Taylor. Taylor, if I'm not mistaken, is actually a gold medalist. And Teofimo represented the country from where his father's family comes from. I forgot, it might be El Salvador, but please don't quote me on that. Taylor was viewed as a knockout artist in his days at lightweight, and he's clearly hasn't been able to carry that same explosive power that he had at lightweight to junior welterweight. He hasn't. I'm not saying he's feather-fisted by any means, but he's no longer that one-punch knockout kid. And he also doesn't seem as explosive as he was in the past. In my opinion, I agree with Chris Algieri when he says he thinks he could still make 135. I believe the same thing. I just have a feeling that he doesn't know how to cut weight properly, and probably needs to hire somebody that does, like a nutritionist or something of that nature. I'm not sure if he has one. And if he does, you should get another one. Because he's not a big guy. He doesn't seem like a big kid. He seems like a true lightweight. And in Taylor, we have a guy that could fight, in my opinion, at welterweight. He might even be better at welterweight at this point in his career. So yeah, there you have it, folks, as far as the breakdown is concerned. And let's move on to the prediction. Now, I gotta go with Taylor. And the reason for that is because I don't have a good enough reason to go for Teofimo. Teofimo's naturally the smaller guy. He hasn't looked amazing at 140 against much lesser opposition than what he's going to be in with come this Saturday night, which is technically today. I mean, we're talking about the number one guy in the weight class, in my opinion, still. The only reason why people even have an argument on why Taylor might not be the number one guy right now is because of his last performance and the time that he's had off. In my opinion, the time that he's had off, I think, is going to benefit him because he has some lingering injuries, from what I understand. And as far as his last performance is concerned, listen, I've been boxing as an amateur for a long time, just boxing in general for a long time. Because I don't have too many fights, but I've been boxing for 12, 13 years. I have 6 amateur fights. Just every fighter, especially at the level that we're talking about, they're all talented and they're all dedicated. Especially at this level. What separated Floyd Mayweather from the rest was his mental stability, which allowed him to have that consistency every time he stepped in the ring. It didn't matter once he stepped into the ring. It didn't matter if his girlfriend had an abortion without telling him. To Floyd, it didn't matter if he knew he was going to go to jail in a month after the fight. To Floyd, it didn't matter if he had to deal with his dad impregnating another woman by accident again. To Floyd, it didn't matter if his baby mama had a new court case against him. When he stepped into that ring, he made sure he was going to be the same guy he was for that last fight, the fight before, the fight before, the fight before. Consistency. Let's not act like Zab Judah wasn't talented and didn't train hard. What separates Floyd from the rest is focus and mental stability. Mental stability allows him to be consistent and be extremely focused during the fight. Teofimo's weakness is that he has everything you want in a fighter, but mental stability, you don't know what you're going to get when he steps into the ring. You could be the best fighter in the world when he steps into the ring, or he could just be another guy. He's very up and down, or at least has the ability or the capability or the potential to be a very up and down fighter because of the lack of mental stability. As far as Josh Taylor's weakness is concerned, look, both these fighters have everything you want in a fighter except for one thing. For Teo, we already said it, it's the lack of mental stability. For Josh Taylor, it's IQ, fighting IQ. Other than that, the guy's got everything. But I have to go with Josh Taylor. Both athletic, both explosive, both have good power. Josh Taylor has better power at the weight, I think. And so, the lack of ring IQ, I think for Josh, he'll get away with it in this fight. I don't think it'll affect him too much. I think his size and athleticism will carry him out through the fight, and his work rate as well. Teo is not going to be comfortable with that work rate. So I gotta go with Josh Taylor for those reasons. Thank you for tuning in. As always, We got a lot more videos coming up because there's a lot of great fights coming up. See you guys soon.